Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to the Tristcast. I'm your host, Tristan Dario, and I invite you to sit back, relax, catch a vibe, and enjoy the show. Hey, y'all, take a moment before you get settled. Follow the Tristcast and leave a rating. Alright, I'll see you in today's episode. Peace. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode of the Tristcast. If you haven't been here before, my name is Tristan Dario, and I am the host. Here we do talk about, among many topics, spirituality, interdependence, community, growing ourselves or helping each other grow. It's a little bit fumbled today, but that is because I am a bit under the weather and just getting back from a trip, and I am just enjoying myself. I have been doing so many different things that have led me to many different places, and I'm going to get to that, but it is episode 48 today, two away from a big number in my opinion, because I've proceeded to continue doing this for 48 episodes, some of them being within weeks where I did double episodes compared to only one episode a week. And I just want to express before we jump into this how grateful I am to have this opportunity to sit in front of this camera, to sit here and record my voice and build a community following around the things that we care about, or even just talking about our own life and what's going on and how we can manage the things that we're able to manage along the path, along the journey, better said. And even then, find a way to find ourselves on a much more deeper level as we are making our way through this fantastic experience we call life. But with that, we can jump in. I went to Clearwater Beach down here in Florida this past weekend. I was there for about a day, and I spent the day at the beach with some friends, and it was a great time. It was great being able to get away from the east coast of Florida and be able to go to a much more, different side. We're going to the west coast. Clearwater is it's literally on the opposite side of Florida. And it was a good time. I'm very grateful that I got to go. And I got to work on my tan. I got to, meet some new people. And I got to just, be with some extra family. I call them my quote unquote adopted family. I was with my good friend Angelica and her sister Julie, and they invited me for Julie's birthday, and I was very grateful to be there. So a quick shout out, happy birthday, Julie. But no, one thing that I'll say that I was really recognizing, or at least before I got there and then when I got back, is one thing that has been going on in my mind since being back is because I was in a place so far away from from my hometown, from the people I know, from the people, that I was seeing on a day-to-day basis. I went to a place where I wasn't around anybody. And I talked about this a lot. It's like being out there alone was so interesting. And I had a couple visions or thoughts or pieces along the way that came to my mind, telling me, there were potential possibilities that, when I came back here, I might have a little bit of a challenge to. I had a feeling I was going to have a challenge on, connecting with people in the way of, because I was alone, so I wasn't interacting with people often. So I had a feeling that I might come back with some sort of social anxiety, getting in close with new people, or just having a conversation with people, or getting up and doing certain things. I talked about this before. Leonte and I were just at Muddy Root, and yes, we were able to go and meet a whole bunch of people and talk to them, and as if we have known them. And there's other cases where I just find that I am just so filled, like, what am I supposed to say, what am I supposed to do, am I supposed to be anything specific? So on this trip, there was a couple moments where I felt this. I'm like, am I supposed to say anything specific? Am I supposed to be a version of myself right now that I'm not? Am I not keeping up with the whole thing? But I don't after the experience, now post, I'm like, I don't think that was anything specific. I don't think I needed to be any specific version of myself. I just had to be myself, and I was doing that. But I don't know, a piece of me was yearning for something that I am not in a place where I guess I am receiving it. I don't know. My heart has been yearning for something since I got back from Clearwater. And it's just very interesting because I've gotten to this place spiritually, and I got to this place on my own journey of self-love where, like, there are certain things that I don't need anymore. Like I don't need a relationship, or I don't need a person by my side, or I don't need this or that. But I'm gonna be a bit vulnerable right now. When I came back from Clearwater, I was experiencing moments of loneliness again, which is so weird because I'm in a place where, like, I'm surrounded by everyone I love, and people talk about this all the time. Like, even when you are with the people that you love and, like, you love being around and you care about deeply, and they care about you, there's still a piece of you inside that is lonely. And that's what's happening to me right now, is like I'm dealing with this sense where, like, the experience that I was having was this, and I guess I've been trying to look introspectively, and I think I've done that. I think I've done some work alongside that as well. I did some writing last night that was based upon what I was experiencing or feeling with the thoughts I had in my mind, and I was really getting glimpses of, like, what I'm looking for romantically, what I'm looking for in my life. And I have also been really I've been really expressing gratitude in moments where, I've truly have the intuition telling me that right now is a good time. And then there's just moments where I think about what I could do and what I can't do, think about who I need to make happy, and I know that I need to make myself happy. And I talked about this, and I learned this, and I did everything to remember this, that I can never let go of what Tristan wants and what he desires and how he wants to live his life. Got to give that to him. Got to do that for him. And, there's times where I feel like I'm just not doing that. Am I doing Tristan a service, or am I doing Tristan a disservice, or am I actually, helping him lead, like, be led into the direction that he wants to be? Is he going in the direction where he's achieving his goals? Is he going into the direction of getting what he truly cares about? And I've been thinking about that. Like, what is it that I really want? And this is a conversation that we have often in our lives. It's like, what is it that we want? What is it that we want to do? Do we even know? And it comes to the point where you have your awakening period and you realize what it is that you do want and how you want to do it. And I think because there's so much in the air, like up in the air, or so much that I could do, that which one do I decide? And I think I already know what it is I want to do, and I'm going to do exactly what it is I want to do. And I know that there are places in my life where I'm trying to force things, and I don't want to force anything either. I just want to be. And I just want to be able to do my thing. And I don't want to allow the dark thoughts to get clouded in my mind, because I've done very well at kicking out the dark thoughts. I've done a very good job of doing that lately. I have this anytime that I feel that I am over analyzing or I am hyper focusing on an intrusive thought or something that I feel is only coming into my mind to affect me in a negative way, there's something that I do almost automatically, and that is I do a deep inhale through my nose and I say let inside my mind. Like I say to myself, let. And then as I'm exhaling, I say to myself inside my mind, I say let go. So I breathe in, let go. And that tends to really help me in the moments that I need clarity. In moments where I'm like, I need this out of my mind. I want to let go of it. I've already manifested. Now I no longer want to keep it dragging on. I want to release it. And I'm getting better at doing that. I have not been meditating on a daily basis. This has been quite the experience for me. I definitely have a better sense of that feeling like I'm a little bit more tense. Not as just free and okay. But, there's moments where I can just sit. Like yesterday, I spent 2 hours sitting outside, just under the sun, swimming a little bit. And it felt really good. Felt so good. Felt freeing. And that has been quite the experience. It's just sensing that I am free. I am free. I don't have to worry about this. I don't have to worry about that. I just have to be. But it can be so difficult, and it can drag me back as if I'm being swept from my bed. Like I'm being dragged out of my bed all the way back. And I recall when I had first gotten here, not even when I first got in here, the second week I was in Florida. It was my second week. And I remember I had this conversation with someone close to me. I said, I did all this work in Missouri, and as I'm here readjusting, I actually had this moment. I go, what if I lose everything that I built for myself? What if I lose everything that I have sat and put in time to figure out? And that person goes, all of that work you've done is not going to just leave you almost instantly. You have everything within you, and because you're going through this time of readjustment, you're going through this time of having to, get your equilibrium balanced. That is why things feel so in the air. That's why things feel like they're going upside down. That's why you feel upside down. Because of the energy, because of getting back and being flooded into a whole other environment compared to what I was at. I think that's what led me to it made me feel that I was J. Cole has this song that I've been listening to a lot lately. It's on I've been working on 3 playlists. This is a complete topic switch. I've been working on 3 playlists. One of the playlists name is called Better Your Mental Health, basically. And one of the songs is J. Cole's song Love Yours. And every single time I listen to this song, it jogs my memory and helps me remember everything I have, everything I'm doing, everything that has been leading up to this moment. I have been praying for everything that I've wanted. This is my life. There's no such thing as a better life than mine. And when I finally realize that it's just my life that I need to love, then everything else will fall into place. And how these songs just enter my life is just incredible because it blows my mind. One of my favorite things in the world is the creation of music, and how producers, lyricists, rappers, whatever you want to call it, people who can write down words and put them in a formulated way that helps us truly figure out what it is that we're feeling within our own selves. These people have such a talent that they're able to not only talk about what's happening in their life, but be able to connect it with other people that are going through a completely different place. Like, they're in a completely different place and they're going at a different level and they're on a different path, completely different from that artist. And when I listen to Love Yours, I just think about how no matter how challenging, no matter how much, I may want or how much I may not want, everything is exactly the way it needs to be at this given moment. I have logged everything that I've experienced. So it can't just leave. To sum that back up, doing a complete circle. My brain just jumped that out, and this swimmer's ear problem I have in my left ear is not helping me out, but I wanted to do something anyway because I had this thought. I have a lot of friends around me that are super creative and they're pushing out all this art and all this amazing stuff that they have under their belt. And I've been thinking about my own art and how I bring my creativity to the world. And I like to think about it that the podcast is what it was. But sometimes I question, is it, Like, I'm just a guy walking through life, talking about it from his own perspective. Doesn't really know if anyone else is going through something, but obviously I know people are going through stuff too. I just don't know exactly or specifically what it is they're going through. And I've been back for 3 weeks now, and I guess what I would say is it didn't go the way that I thought it was, which never does. It goes by the beat of whatever God wants to throw, and I think that's awesome. But when I got back, I did a lot of driving, and I think I've gotten to the point where I'm done driving. I'm at the point where I'm just I need rest. But at the same time, I don't want to sit around and do nothing. I want to create. I want to do something that makes me feel alive. Don't want to play video games. I've been smoking a lot of weed. When I had family in town, I was readjusting. So when I had the family in town, one of the ways I was able to balance out my energy, I smoke a little bit more. So I've gotten this habit back. I was doing really good before I came back, where I was doing this diet. Every 2 to 3 days I would hit a little bit and then I come back, I take a break, come back. So I'm trying to do that again today. There are thoughts in my mind that try to tell me to jump right back, and I know that that's not healthy. I got a pen right there, I got 2 right there, I got little under half of an ounce. And I'm sitting here, I'm just you don't have to. And then the other part of me is I want to. And I saw a really good I saw something really good today, and it said, it takes courage to face your desires. And I've been desiring so much. Tyler the Creator, he has his album Come When You Get Lost, but the estate sale came out earlier this year. And on Wharf Talk, I believe it's Wharf Talk, he says, my woman would, basically his girl would be pissed off if she knew what he was desiring. And I relate to that on such a level because I'm desiring so much in the forefront of my mind, and I know I'm going to get it. And then there's patience, being you're going to get it, it's okay. And then there's impatience. And then I think about what is it that I really want this or do I not want this? I want to walk in intention. I don't want to not walk in intention. I want to walk in intention. I want to be intentionally seeking what it is that is seeking me. And then I want to let it go and I just want to do my thing. But it doesn't feel like I do that. It feels more like, Tristan, you need to chill, dog. You need to take a step back. And I feel like this is just the flow. This is the dance. This is the dance where I'm like, oh, yes, give me love. Give me experiences. Give me this. Give me that. And then I'm like, get the fuck away from me. I don't want it. Or maybe that's just the way everything's a little bit wired up there. And as I'm working toward rewiring it all, that's the stuff I'm noticing. And I know that I'm not someone who isn't connected with my emotions, and I am very clear on that because I've taken so much time to understand my own emotions. I've taken so much time to try to, learn emotional intelligence and to be able to connect not only with myself but connect with other people, other individuals. And I talk about how important it is because being able to connect and being able to establish bonds and establish relationships all around you, you have to be able to connect and you have to be able to be there in ways that will solidify that bond. But I don't know if I do a good job at that all the time. And I think that's that's maybe a piece of me. Maybe part of me only seeks other people to be interested, but if it's not someone that I am interested in, I don't want to. But I know that is not a healthy thing. I know that's not healthy. Because I can't only be interested in meeting people who are only interested in meeting me. I don't believe that is a possible thing to do. I believe that I will continue to have to meet people from, different ways, because I do genuinely appreciate the fact that I get to meet people from all ways of life and from all paths and all walks. But the only problem is maybe it's ego, maybe it's a piece of my brain that's just like, nah, bro. Maybe it's a toxic trait or something. And it's like the idea that when we get into arguments or when we do things that hurt people, but those people also did things in that same time frame as us, not the same exact thing, but they did things that hurt us while we were doing things that hurt them, but we only remember how that person negatively impacted us and we don't look at our own actions and what we did in that same point of time. And then we put all the blame on that one person and we don't put any of the blame or take accountability over our own actions. That can lead us to heal in ways that just aren't balanced. We can realize that, oh, actually, I was wrong in this for this specific thing, so I should apologize and work on that, but not also, while also at the same time still holding that person accountable for what they did. But we have to remember what we're doing incorrectly and how we can rebuild ourselves. And I don't do that the best all the time. I don't. But I know I'm getting better at it. I know that I'm trying to walk in the direction that will help me receive what it is I'm looking for, but my desires and the habit of chasing instant gratification, it really fucks with my head. Because there's some days where I really want something deep, I want something, something worth committing to. And then there's a piece of me where I don't want anything to do with that commitment shit. And I don't want anything to do with holding on for dear life, seeing where it'll go. I'm not it's weird. Because I know part of me, because I know I'm a person of love. I'm a person of gentleness. I'm a genuine human being. And I know that I'm seeking what I'm seeking. And there are so many other people doing the same thing. But like there's pieces of my brain that try to come in and tell me to be guilty and shameful for what I want because I have desires too. But I know that just because I have desires doesn't mean that I should only be chasing to have those, you know, I can't be chasing to get those fulfilled. Like my desires, yes, they are important and they will be fulfilled in time. But my only fucking, priority should not be chasing those desires and like fucking fulfilling them. Because there are more things in life that are important compared to our desires. And if we don't strengthen the discipline, I really do pride myself on how disciplined I am and how much it is important to me to have power over my, decision making and stuff like that. Like I am in control of what I choose to do and how I use my time and what things I choose to do with my time. It is important to me when I realize that I feel like I am smoking too much that I take a step back. Now other people will look at me and be like, "Dude, why do you do that?" Like there's people who say that's important, that's a good thing because you're being I am placing an emphasis on controlling my use of certain vices or things that I use to medicate myself to help me along my path. While other people are like, "Nah, dude, why do you do that? You could just be fucking doing it every day. Just be more responsible with it." Both options would work, but I know myself better than anyone. So I know what works for me and I know what doesn't work for me. And I know when I was on a 2 to 3 day basis, yes, I was getting stoned out of my mind and it was hard for me to have conversations. But part of me was still happy with that. Now, don't get me wrong. I do like my use. Right now, there are parts of me that say it works. It does work because of the fact I do have a stronger tolerance now or a higher tolerance now. Now I'm like, I can have conversations. I'm not too stoned out of my mind. Like I'm capable of doing this. But I'm gonna be honest, there's moments like for example, when I was in Clearwater, I was hitting my pen a little bit more and I wasn't able to roll up or anything. So I was hitting one of my vapes that I have and it's a pretty nice hybrid. Gets me feeling good. It gets me feeling pretty, energetic while also really chill and mellow. So I'm able to do multiple things at once. I'm not slumped in my bed, feeling good. And there was a moment where I hit it, and for some reason the intrusive thoughts were coming in saying, "Bro, you're getting high way too much. You're saying things that these people don't understand. What is it that you're on right now?" And then there's the other side of me that's like, "Bro, you're completely fine. You're just overthinking." And that's what it ends up always being. And so like when I start to realize when I'm smoking too much, I feel like when I smoke too much, that's when overthinking starts like entering the whole field, bringing down my vibration, having me worry, having me stress. And I think that's what leads me to realize I think I should take a break. I should do something else. I should be taking a step back. And I think it's important to have these kind of conversations with ourselves about the things that we're doing. Like there are people left and right. You'll see it on dating websites. You'll see it. You'll hear it. You'll hear it from people that you go out with or hang out with. "Dude, I cannot wait for this time for when I can drink again or when I can do this again." And we all got our own things, and you don't see anyone else really freaking out about it, but that's because there's people who choose not to work on their problems. And then there are people who do choose to work on their problems. There are people who are like, "Nah, dude, I don't want to continue this problem. I want to be better. I do not want to put my own comfort first. I would rather be uncomfortable and do something that makes me change or have to change." because I've already gone through so much change already, and because I appreciate how much it has led me to where I am now, I can't fight off that change. I gotta embrace it. I gotta do something new. And I think that's what I've been trying to do. I've been trying to see things from different perspectives. I've been trying to act different in ways that I feel is a healthier way for me to act. I feel that I have done things in the past that have led me to have to do different things now and to be a more mature individual who is respectful and thoughtful, caring, compassionate, as are my values. But it's just I think because I've done so, I feel like because my ego believes, because Tristan has done so much, Tristan deserves it all now. Tristan deserves everything that he wants right now. But there's a piece of me that that really does know that that's not true, and no matter how much I do, I will always have to continue to put in the work to get the things that I want. And nothing ever just comes easy. You know, it's meant to challenge us. It's meant to break us in ways so that we know. And I think that's another thing, you know, when I think about partners, when I think about people that I could spend my life with, when I think about people that I could have by my side, I think I want somebody who has been through that. I want not even been through that. Like, I want someone who's been through their own things that have led them to have to see life through a lens, but choose to be a loving, compassionate human being and chase change and growth. But I could probably change in the next 30 minutes, and I could probably be like, nah, fuck that. Because at the end of the day, you know, we want someone or something that's going to help us just be still and be. And you know, I've been seeing this a lot. It really just starts within us. That love that we seek, that love or that sense of understanding, that sense of being seen, it comes in time. You may not know when it's going to happen. You may not know if it's going to happen. You may just given up, and you may just say, "You know what? Fuck this. I don't even want to try anymore." I've been seeing it a lot. As long as you continue this specifically, and it goes, as long as you keep taking that step forward, you can never you will be surprised when you finally get to the other side and you're like, holy shit, this is why I kept on walking. And that's what goes in my mind. Just keep on walking. Just keep on going. You're going to make it to Oregon. You're going to make it to outside of the country. You're going to start that business. You're going to get that car. You're going to have this life. You're going to have the same life, except it's going to be different in ways that you're more fulfilled. But if I find that fulfillment now, that's when it's going to be even better, because then I will have accepted everything as it is right now. So then as it is all accepted and I'm accepting of it, every blessing that is mine can fall right into my lap. I saw a long time ago, someone said, like, write down these 3 questions and answer these 3 questions. The most important question was the last one, where I asked you, how will you feel when you achieve these things? You'll feel this, 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 and this. And then they say, choose to feel this way right now, and then you will get the first 2 questions. And I thought it was very interesting, because it had me stop for a second and really think about what, just if I get these couple things, I'll finally be this, 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 and this, and this. And then I realized, no, I can be this, this, and this, and this, and this right now, and then I can achieve those things, because then I'll be doing it more gratefully. I'll be doing it more thoughtfully, intentionally. I'll be happier about it. I'm living with the intent of experiencing life, not just surviving in it. And I think that is a place where a lot of people find their awakening, or some people choose to continue fighting it. sometimes it feels like since I've been back that I have only not even retraced my steps, but more so I have I would say it's not even retraced steps. I feel like I've more so maybe taken a couple steps back after taking a few steps forward. And that is okay. Alan Watts calls that the dance of life. You know, like you're not going to. I'm obviously having to relearn something that's going to help me further. I just don't want to hold on to it. I want to let it go. And that's why I say earlier, you know, breathe in, exhale, go. Because if we just hold on to the desires, if we hold on to the wants, not the needs, if we hold on to what we could have and what we don't have, we'll never truly appreciate what is right there in front of our faces. And what I have in front of my face is a roof over my head. I got windows to keep me cool because it's really hot outside, and Florida weather right now is bonkers. I have TV to watch TV. I have friends that I can hang out with. You know, Leonte, Angelica, Julie. I could hang out with Hunter. I could hang out with so many different people. Name dropping everybody this episode. If I recognize what I don't have, I will only be living in what I don't have. But if I choose to live in the moment and embrace and appreciate what I'm feeling right now, I will only be able to be more grateful for what I have. Because think about down the road, something big could happen. That next person that enters my life, or the next big break, the next big job could ultimately lead me in a direction that could leave me breathless, leave me shocked, or, you know, just overall blown away by what is the possibility of life. One thing that I just said to myself, and I said out loud to double it, was, you know, life can change within an instant. Your life could change in a day. In a day's time. You have no idea how. If you don't believe in miracles, if you don't believe in, you know, the supernatural beliefs of God or whatever it is, universe, you know, I believe that everything has the opportunity to change overnight. So really appreciate what you have in the moment, because if you don't, you could lose it all tomorrow. So really, you know, the whole process of being here really has led me to appreciate the time that I have with my family. It's led me to appreciate the readjustment process, because going from here to Missouri was different in its own way, going from leaving a place where I had so much around me to being in the middle of nowhere and having to be creative in ways that I wasn't before. And now, like coming back here, you know, I've gone to the beach or going to and from this side of town to another side of town, but I haven't been going into downtown Orlando. I haven't been to downtown Orlando once since being back, and I remember I really wanted to come and do meditations there, and I really wanted to do yoga there. Dude, I have not been on point with yoga or meditation at all. But it's okay, because the time that I've had to make memories with people and to get up early and to go out and do certain things has been really nice. And I'm very thankful for that. You know, there's things that we sacrifice and give up because there's things that we want to do with, and that's the beauty. And we have so much time in a day to choose how we like to spend it. So it really does matter on how we do. I am very, very grateful to really have these things going on in my mind, because this growth, and not even just this growth, but just experiencing what I've experienced, just being able to make it through the social anxiety, be excited over nervous, choosing to put myself out there even though I may not be getting what it is I thought I was going to get. That's fine. But I feel like that is the way it has to go, specifically from my experience. And if that's the case, then that's the case. And I'm grateful for what I have right now. And I am so excited for what's heading its way to me. And I'm grateful for who I am becoming. I'm grateful for who I am. I love who I am and love who I'm becoming. And I feel like we need to say that more often in the mirror, straight to our face. Because if we cannot love the person that stands before us when we stand in the mirror, I don't think we're going to be able to project the love that we want to receive. So we have to be able to project the love that we want to receive. If we want to receive, kindness, loyalty, if we want to receive, that sense of being seen and understood, we have to be able to do the same. We have to be able to give that back. And not just give it back, but give it freely. Give it freely to everyone that passes by us on the street. Give it freely to those who piss us off because they talk about things that we think we know more about. We need to give it freely to those who we feel aren't fit for it, because especially those people need it the most. The people who feel like they don't receive enough are the ones who really need a lot of it. And I see this question very often. What does the world need to make it a better place? Or what do we need more of to make the world a better place? And my automatic answer is always love. If we had more love on this planet, if we had more love, life would be so much more different. It would probably be more accepting, more caring. It would be more impactful in a positive way to lead us to go and do what it is that we love and want to do most in our life. And I think that is an important thing to talk about. If we don't continue to push this priority, not even priority, like the term, if we do not project love to a high level, it's going to be pushed down so far that I was just talking about it with a couple of my friends. The way that people are choosing to act, the way people are choosing to live their lives, it's causing a chain reaction to lead people to be different, not seek commitment or seek deepness or a deep connection, Life is one hell of a path and one hell of a journey, so finding the right people that make you feel loved, seen, understood, cared for, you just keep doing what you're doing if you have been, and keep on looking for it. Not even looking for it, because they say if you look for it, it's not going to find you. So release it, understand that you are the one who can bring that love into your life, and then after you realize that and you bring that love into your life, more love will find you. That's what's proceeded to happen in mine. So that's from my own personal experience. But I know, for me, I need to sit the fuck down. I need to stop worrying about what I don't have. I need to stop worrying about what I think needs to happen for my life. And I just need to fucking go and do what I want to do. Go make some money. Go travel. And go experience. Because I ain't going to do shit thinking about what I could have, when I could just think about, this is what I'm going to do, and that's what I'm going to go get. That's what we have the ability to do. Because if you already have other things that you've been looking for, then you're doing the same thing. You are going out and achieving your goals, but you're releasing the requirement of what's going to happen if you don't get there. I think that's where when you accept that if it's going to happen or not, but what you're working for is to get it. You may not get what it was that you were most looking for. You can get something 100 times better. So it really does matter on how you choose to look at it and how you choose to examine and react to the possibilities and the things that happen in a life. It's like one gigantic film spread. and you're picking and choosing the chapters of which ones you want to be a part of your movie of life. You know, which ones are the important ones, which ones are the not so important ones. Are you going to be chasing straight to the end, or are you going to look at the chapters where you learned a lot of your lessons and you're going to throw those into the life movie, you know? It's kind of like writing your own book about your life. You know, are you going to leave out the details that led you to the human being you were at that point of time and the end of it all? Or are you just going to jump straight to the end of it all? Oh, so this is how I was when I first got born, and now here I am now. So it's been one hell of a story. Close the book, it's over. It's only 4 or 5 pages. I saw a great quote, and it was either a quote I read or it was something I heard on a TikTok, and it goes something like, you can have one person who did the same thing all their life, and that was their story. And they had the little things like sub comments of what happened in their life and stuff like that. Or you take a person who chose to experience life and to do many different things and add different chapters to their book. You're going to have one book that was all about the one specific things that were happening in that one person's life because they chose to do the same thing and only the same thing all their life. Then there was the person who chose to go out and explore. Instead of taking all the advice that they were given, they took the advice that sat with them the most. And they made the decisions that they felt were the correct ones by following their senses of intuition. And for example, me in my life, you know, don't always meet the best friends, don't always have the best girlfriends, partners. Or not always have I taken the right decision making on jobs. But every single decision I've made, all of it, has led me to who I am right now. It's led to this version of Tristan. And I'm very grateful for this version of Tristan and the next one that's coming. And I choose to love Tristan no matter how he becomes or how he turns out. Because loving myself or loving Tristan unconditionally is the most important thing to do. And yes, I'm talking a lot in the third person. That is a habit from Ram Dass, Alan Watts, realizing that we're not this, we're something entirely different. I think that's something that struck very much to me. I am a piece of God, a divine being that is made by God, that was placed into this human sleeve just to walk around and experience life in, which is it's so crazy. It's such a bonkers fucking way of looking at it. But guys, I can definitely tell by my own energy right now. Things are low right now, but it's a good thing. I'm tired. I'm relaxed. I'm able and willing to live how I want to. I have things I've been working toward, things that I've been really looking forward, and I know that there's things I have to do, like go and get a tire on my car because one of them are going out. But there's something I want to read before I head out of here. So give me one moment. Some of the writing I wrote, and I may just hold on to this piece for myself. I'm still going to leave it into the podcast episode, but I feel like I need to talk about it. And I'm just very grateful that y'all are here to listen. So this is for the people. This is for the people who have a hard time finding love. This is for the people who have a hard time really questioning what it is they're looking for. Stuff like that. I got really inspired and I felt like this might be something worth reading. So, if you like this, leave a comment. And I don't know why I haven't said it already yet, but if you haven't already, follow the Tristcast. If you haven't already, comment on this week's episode. It's on YouTube. It's here on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you can find your podcasts. Comment. Let's discuss. Also, the Tristcast has an Instagram. I don't know why you haven't gone on there and followed it. You got to just do it, because you're going to find more of this. You're going to have more access to this stuff. And I'm getting slowly but surely, I'm getting back on my posting scheme. It's just, bear with me. This is for those who are maybe having a hard time finding any sort of thing, but goes like this. Probably won't be normal vocabulary or grammar use, but just bear with it. More like a poem. Commit to making time for one another. Exchange thoughts and feelings to gain new perspectives and bond. Grow with one another. Travel together. Create together. Become partners not only romantically, but in other ways too. Supportive, loyal, collaborative partner in business. Cheer each other on and achieve goals, whether separately or together. A support system that makes you feel seen, understood, cared for, thought of. If it happens, then it will. But you cannot spend your life thinking about only that. There's so much out there, and we are still learning. We might just need to stop fighting things and let things happen naturally. We never know what's really happening in other people's lives. We never really know if what we're feeling could be felt by another person, especially in moments where we are being vulnerable. We never really understand if someone else is willing to be vulnerable like us. That's why we appreciate the people who are open, people who are looking to express themselves openly. And we do live in a world where groups of people are actually not allowed to do that, and I think that's fucked up, but I'm able to. I'm allowed to, without anyone telling me that I'm wrong for it. But there's groups of people who cannot be themselves. So this is for those who are seeking something, even if it is just being able to love themselves freely out in the open world without someone spitting on them or hurting them. We're going to get there. Whether or not it's now, tomorrow, a year from now, or 30 years from now. As long as we get it. We're choosing the things we want to do in this moment. I don't want to spend my money on objects. I want to spend my money on experiences. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make active decision making on a day-to-day basis to do that. I'm going to be more intentional on how I choose to make decisions. I'm going to be more intentional on how I choose to spend my money. I'm very happy that I could be here. I'm grateful to God that I have this privilege to... I'm grateful to God for the privilege to sit down and talk about the things happening in my life, and I can openly talk about these things because I know that they affect me too. Not only myself, but possibly many millions, billions of other people. So I hope you all have a wonderful week and be safe. And I hope you all have a wonderful morning, a wonderful afternoon, a wonderful evening, and a wonderful night.